Yes, guys, how are you all doing? Hope you're all well. Big up every single one of you's in here. Before I speak, let's quickly catch up on where we're at.
Talking about Chelsea, guys, I also wanted to mention something on the Granit Xhaka story. Because the feeling from Sunderland and the clear message coming from Sunderland is that Granit Xhaka is not for sale and that he's going to end up staying at the club this summer. This is what Sunderland are saying in a very clear way. They've always been convinced over the recent days that despite the Chelsea attack, Chelsea bid, and all the rest, Xhaka was going to stay at the club, continue and play European football. And this is the message from Sunderland. Very strong. At the moment, as of now, while I'm recording this video, Chelsea are yet to give up. Chelsea are yet to accept this. So Chelsea still believe that they have a chance to sign Granit Xhaka this summer. Then we have to see, because at the moment Sunderland are very strong on their position. We have to see what's going to happen next. But at the moment, the situation is this. Sunderland consider the story over and they don't want Granit Xhaka to go. On the other side, Chelsea still keep doors open to this possibility. So let's wait and see what happens there. Meanwhile, Chelsea signing new talent, and is Alfie Osborne. Exclusive news coming from Hearts in Scotland. He's a defender from the Scottish national team under 19. Deal done, signed today. The player had his medical, and so new talent for Chelsea future is Alfie Osborne. Don't forget that Chelsea keep working for Pep Echevarria, the left back from Rayo Vallecano. So that story remains on. I will tell you more soon. Then, guys, about
Hello. How are you doing, guys? Good to see you all. Hope you're all well. Big up every single one of you that are in here right now. Welcome back to Kings of the Bridge. Welcome over on Twitter as well. As always, we are on Twitter. We are on YouTube right now. Over 60 people here. We've got a lot of speaking to do, a lot of catching up to do. I really want to talk about the Xhaka scenario, all the stuff that happened last night and the news we got and the mixed views we've got on that. I want to talk about Lacroix. What's happened since Fabrizio Romano brought out all of this news in one night, and all of a sudden it has that sort of feeling again, a little bit like the Xavi Simons, where it was pumped up so high and it's then gone very quiet all of a sudden. We're going to be talking about that. Is it a case of that it's just the World Cup? Is it a case of that Chelsea are doing what all Chelsea fans are probably feeling, which is having a bit of PTSD against the fact that we're probably just might just fuck it up again. We're going to talk about that as well. That's another part of today's show. We're going to talk about Alfie. We got in Here We Go yesterday, and we're going to get into that in a second as well. We're also going to talk about Xabi Alonso. We've not really done a lot of talking about Xabi Alonso. I know he's not at Chelsea just yet, but he's going to be here next week, and obviously we're going to be talking a lot about him, his ideas, system, philosophy. What is it he wants to do? How does he want to set us up? All of these things we're going to be talking about in today's stream. So please do me a favor, as I can see Joey and everyone else in here right now, pay your rent by smashing that like button. Smash the like. There's over 60 of you here. I appreciate every single one of you that are in here right now. We've got a lot of discussions to have, as always. Wasn't sure if we were going to get a live in today, Saturday. I know everyone likes to have a bit of a rest and everything, and you see my face the whole week. But I did promise you guys, if we get a bit of news, we come back and we get into it. So, who's even in here right now? Let's have a look. Esteval, how are you, man? Good to see you, bro. Gitinho, as always, big up, bro. He says the deal to be done, to be honest. That's the most important deal. Well, you know my thoughts on that as well. Ashraf, what are you saying, brother? Good to see you as well. El Mala, good to see you. Carly, you cannot be sleeping. How can you sleep when you see this beautiful face on your screen, man? Do you know what I mean? Kings of the Bridge, Gems here. Like, come on, man. Why would you sleep? Rogue, what you saying? How are you, bro? Good to see you. It feels like Sunderland briefs. I've heard a lot of that as well. Cookie, good to see you as well. Who else have I not called out yet? That's in here. Toby, what are you saying, brother? Good to see you, man. Mind Games FC is what he says. Big up Esteval. We have a Man City fan in here, I believe. Low Fat Mo Fat. He says, you can't let Arsenal get our Enzo Fernandez. For fuck's sake, he needs to come City. Brother, you got Elliot Anderson, man. You got Elliot Anderson for 116 mil, man. Taking that British tax on that British player, man. No, I'm sure he'll be a good player for you guys. Just don't know how good he's going to be. So we'll see what happens. Joey, good to see you as well. What are you saying, brother? We are finished, is what Ryax is saying. Good to see you, man. Miklo, what are you saying, bro? Big Mr. Telephone Man Gem, big up, and Vamos Cabrones. Big up, bro. How are you, Miklo? Good to see you. Craig, what are you saying, brother? Good to see you as well. How are you, man? Hope you're well, man. Hope you're well. Do you know what? I don't disagree with you. Exactly. And this is what I love when you have rivals outside of our fan base that appreciate the player that you have. What I will say is he comes with a little bit of baggage, mate. He'll probably piss you off from outside the pitch because he likes doing things a bit backwards, but he is nevertheless a very great player. The brief from Blueco to Romano. Is that what Peter thinks, yeah? Interesting. Does it mean there's a bit of lifeline around the Xhaka news? Because the fact that obviously Fabrizio has said that from, Chelsea are not really, it's not over. Even though Sunderland have said this, it doesn't mean Chelsea are not going to still try. That's the question. German predictions for Canada, Morocco, Paraguay, France. Okay. I'll do a quick prediction before we get in the news. Going with 2-0 Morocco. I am going with 3-0 France. 2-0 Morocco and 3-0 France is my predictions for today's games. Big up Cape Verde. Honestly, what a game. I was up at 4 a.m. watching that because I was out. And I thought, you know what? As I'm out, let me tune in and catch up on this game. And it was a very good game. Anderson is just making up to homegrown quota. It's a little bit too early to be spending that kind of money. Do you know what I mean? They were good. They were very good. Good afternoon, Mr. CFC Coley. How are you, man? Good to see you. Welcome in as well. Guys, please make sure you're smashing the like button for me. If we're not on 64 likes, I don't get it. You're looking at us now. You're in the comments. It's good to see you all. So please make sure you're running up the likes. We have over 20 people on Twitter as well. Hi, guys. Good to see you over there. If you want to join us over on YouTube, follow us on Kings of the Bridge TV. We are on the road to 9,000 followers on YouTube, and the road to 10,000 is very close. We're only ever going to keep going up. This is what this channel does. This is what this community does. We're a strong community, and we welcome every single individual into this live. Big up, Mosi, man. Good to see you, bro. How are you? I like to talk for the first 5-10 minutes just to allow people to get in before we do the news, guys. You know how it is. I don't like just going straight into news. I like to have a little chat with you guys, reach out to you guys, see how you are getting on, see if you're enjoying your Saturdays as well. It's looking dark for Chelsea transfer window. Ashraf, let me ask you, in fact, let me ask all of you in here right now before we get into the bits and bobs. From where we stand right now, how positive are you in the ball doing a job to the end of this summer window of improving this squad? I want to rate out of 0 to 10. So you can give me anything between 0 and 10. How confident are you that the board are going to do what is required to make this squad better? That's what I want to know from you guys in the chat. Just a rating between 0 and 10 right now. I'm going to keep asking this question throughout the window as well because I want to see where it changes and if it stays the same as well. Thoughts on Xhaka? We're going to get into that, Hamid. We're going to get into that very shortly, mate. So keep an eye out on that as well. Star Slayer, how are you? Doesn't preseason start in 5 days? Have we made one signing? We have indeed, bro. In fact, we've made 2 signings because yesterday we got the Here We Go. We said we were going to get Here We Go yesterday. We did. We got a Here We Go. We're going to look at that in a second. Oh, my neck's hurting, man. Oh, I'm getting old. Why aren't Chelsea in for James Trafford? We're not even looking at goalkeeper at the moment, bro. I don't really know why. I'm not going to lie. Where's the Sal's? That's my worry. The Sassy should go. Trev looks like he's going to Italy. That's about it, isn't it? That is literally about it to this point. Daniel, how are you, bro? 2 out of 10 is what Ryax is saying. Not confident. Jack says 3. Interesting. Happy 4th of July, Marlon, as well. Big up to you. How far has the fan base fallen to let Fab constantly rage bait and engagement farm with briefs? You got to read between the lines. I keep telling people about taking the emotions away from social media and just trying to understand the context, because it's easy for us to all get zoomed and sucked in one day. We could have loads of news about Chelsea doing things, and then the next 2 weeks we could have completely zilch nothing. And that, unfortunately, people, is how this club is run at the moment. It's not, you know, you look at other clubs like Man City, once the news is around that they're looking at someone, they're either at the final stages or putting a bid in, and then it's done. They don't wait a month or two to sort things out. Do you know what I mean? 10304. 6. I've been there from the day top 1. You have, brother. Big 0. Nothing at the moment. Carl, you guys are really not happy, are you? 4 out of 10, 1 out of 10, 3 out of 10. I'm going to crash out. I'm not just going to crash out just yet. And Carly, I think I'm in the same boat. As much as I laugh, as you see me on Twitter, about the things that we are seeing our club do, and it gives you that sort of PTSD from what we've seen in the past. It's very, I said before the window, I will wait until we get to the end of the window before I actually have a proper, not crash out, but a proper thought of where I stand over everything. You know, I already told you how I thought on the third window. You were here with me. We had a nightmare. 4 out of 10 window. It was poor. We can't afford to have the same. We have to. We have no reason not to better the window we've had. Sell players and make the right quality signings. We're not asking for 10 signings in this window. We know it's not possible. We're not in a position to do that. The revenue, unfortunately, is low because we still don't have a front of shirt sponsor. You know, we're not in European football. So our revenues from last year to where we are now is probably not too good. So I get why we have to sell to buy, and I think that's going to be the case, a lot of the case throughout this period. But we need to see action, right? And that's where we stand with it all. George going as well. I forgot about Tyreek George. That's true. Tyreek George looks like he's on his way out for, was it 25 million, if I was like to think? I think it's about 25 mil. How many farms till Xhaka? Well, hopefully not, and we get this sorted, because I can't keep going around in this circle with this club. Honestly, we can't keep doing this. Garnacho as well with Roma. We spoke about that yesterday. Tosin, Badiashile, Delap. Who's taken Delap? We've not seen anything or anyone talking about strikers yet. Do you know what I mean? We're taking we can't even complete a 28-year-old left back at the moment because we're not willing to pay over 20 million euros. All right, I'm not gonna say anything yet. Stefano says 2A's crash out. I agree. There's no crash outs. But why will make one thing very clear, and I will still wait to see in the window. If we do not sign Lacroix, or I can't even think outside of Lacroix, a decent, experienced centre-back. I don't care about left-back, Palestra, fucking Xhaka. Other people might. I don't. My importance right now is having quality centre-backs. I am not going through another season watching Tosin, Fofana, Badiashile, and Colwill, and even Josh, the one that people say is untouchable. I am not putting myself through that again. That, what we saw last season, each and every game, made me get more grey hairs on the side of my head. I'm having to go higher on my skin fades. Look, you see here? I used to be down here. This is where I used to do my fades. I've had to go higher on my skin fades because I'm growing more grey hairs because of last season. That's how much pain I was going through watching the game and stress of being on these, of watching this football club. I've had to go higher on my fades, mate. It's not fucking good. Steve, big up to you. Xavi even been, he'll be here soon, bro. Vozina, anyone? Yeah, backup goalkeeper. Why not? He had a good game again, to be fair to him, against Argentina. We're not getting Romano. We're not getting Ramon, from Como, not going over after trip. So just tell me, and I'm going to ask you this before we get to the news. And I'm still waffling. We're not even started talking about news, but this is what I love. I love talking to you guys, connecting with you guys, and just seeing how you all feel and getting your questions in. But If we don't get Lacroix, what are we doing? Who are we getting? Who in the market is available outside of Lacroix? And we would have said Van Hecker, but he's already gone. So who the fuck are we going to get? We're not getting Bastoni after the news that happened in Italy. Where is the level raiser? Like, generally, this is how fucking serious this is. This is why I'm like, calm, Jim. Relax. If we do not sign Lacroix, who the fuck are we getting? Who are we going to get? I just want some names, refreshing my mind, make my mind feel at ease, because the centre-back thing's worrying me more than anything. I ain't crashing out, but I'm getting worried. Jay, how are you, bro? Good to see you, man. How are you? Steve, good to see you. Winter, how good? How are you? Diamande. You guys rate this Diamande, don't you? Nah. Not for me. Not for me. Number one, he's got to adapt to the league. So you've got the same problem that we've had prior seasons and bringing in centre-backs and thinking that they're going to be great from the outset and they need like a adapting period. Number two, yes, he's been better from what I've seen of him in Champions League games here and there. But I still can't get out of my head that Arsenal game where they lost like 5-6-0 and he was getting absolutely destroyed. Like, it was like Zuma / Tosin / Disasi combined mistakes. I worry. Like Ramon, I can't even say I've watched him a lot, but when you look at him from like on the ball, yeah, he's gonna, from a profile standpoint, he looks decent, but even he's young, isn't he? He's gonna need an adapting phase. They're all gonna need some sort of adapting phase. Do you know what I mean? All right, let's get into the news. Over 90 of you here right now. Big up. Make sure you're smashing the likes, guys. You've been in for 20 minutes. They say Diamande and haven't even watched him. Well, some of them have. I know they have, but I just don't have any confidence. Really don't have any confidence. Guys, keep calm on Lacroix. I don't think anything's advanced on the stage until after the World Cup. I hope so, Toby. This is why patience is a virtue, right? But anyway, right, let's get into the news and we'll come back to talking on the bits that we've already highlighted. But we'll just quickly highlight the here we go, because I just think this is muggy. I'm sorry. Fabrizio, mate. You have come out and mugged. You've come out and mugged us off. This all happened on the back of this whole Xhaka news and Xhaka not coming to Chelsea. Yeah, all the supposed Sunderland briefs, where there was a couple of Sunderland briefs in there. We then get an exclusive from a boy who, by the way, ticks the boxes because he's 17 years old. He's a supposed talent. Yeah, right? He's a supposed talent. Where is it? What done with it? There it is. He's a supposed talent, and he's Scotland under 19, and he's coming to Chelsea, and he's apparently agreeing a 400k a week wage. Like, you tell us that we ain't getting Xhaka and that he's not willing, that he's not going to push or, push his way out of Sunderland and all this stuff, which we're going to read in a second. And then you announce this as a here we go. As if we're all going to be like, yeah, 400k a week, apparently. 400k a week for this young lad. We have no problems, by the way, making signings on young talent. No problems. But when it comes to people over the age of 30, Mike Mignon, Xhaka, who else? There's probably another couple. We can't spend 20 million. And we won't spend it. We won't even spend 15 million. So, what's his value? I have no clue. Generally, I don't know what this guy's value is. Alfie is the Lacroix placement, EE says. EE, man, big up to you, bro. Good to see you. No. Just no. And I laughed. I'm not going to lie. I laughed. That news come out, and honestly, I was just pissing myself. Because everyone was going mad about the Xhaka stuff, which we're going to go to in a second. And then this guy popped up. Here we go. Alfie, young Scottish centre-back from Hearts, who was a player of the year last year, I believe, 25-26. Might have been their player of the year. But anyway, before we even get into Xhaka, Maxwell brings out the Blueco project breakdown of young players that we've already signed to this club. Yeah. And we're going to write it up in a second. But look at some of these names and then think about where they are right now, right? And look how much we spent. That's the scary part, right? Look how much we're spending on these young players. But we won't spend any of this money on the old players. This is the point of me bringing it up. Kendry Pius, 17 million. Great talent before he come Chelsea. Stopped playing for 6 months. And all of a sudden, he's now back in Brazil, having an absolute nightmare, shit development, and sort of just disappeared, right? Aaron Anselmino can't stay fit. Looks great against Borussia Dortmund. Yeah. Comes on, they're all talking about how good he is, but he can't stay fit to keep himself. He can't keep himself fit longer than a couple of games. All right. This is what we've done. Let's break it down properly. Yeah. Andre Santos, amazing at Strasbourg, still touted at a higher value than his £18 million that's here. Played for Chelsea last season, had some ups and downs. He's still a decent player in the team, but he's squad depth. With really and truly, let's be serious, he probably needs more game time. He still needs to develop his own game. You know, we decided to bring him straight back into the team because we thought he was ready. Maybe he just needed a bit more time away from it. Esteval William, 51 million. We all love Esteval. Tried to adapt his body to this league. Ends up getting injury after injury. Saw glimpses. Still a top talent. You could say decent signing, of course. Leslie Ukachukwu, 23 million. What happened to him? Came into the team. Played a couple of games here and there. Got loaned. Went to Burnley. Sold him. Gabriel Slanania. What was the point? Generally, what was the point of signing Gabriel Slanania for 12 million, by the way? What are we doing with him? Just market opportunity? Do we think we can sell him for 20 million? He's not even playing football, is he? Just sitting on the bench. Literally, just sitting on the bench. Romeo Lavia, the most talented one, you would say that was most readied out of all of the young players in this list. Most readied profile player. Can't get out of the NHS bench. We took a risk. We all loved the signing. And it's been, unfortunately, nothing less than absolutely diabolical. Because he can't keep himself fit or on the pitch. So all that quality, all that talent, all of this that we want to see from him, we're never going to see. And we spent, guess what? We spent 58 million on it. Bit like the fucking Wesley Fofana story, isn't it? Spent nearly 60 to 70 million. Hardly see him. But when we did see him, the only difference with him and Lavia is that when we saw Fofana, we only saw little glimpses of good games. The rest of it was absolutely dog-turd. And he still is dog-turd, along with his shit mentality. Romeo Lavia, at least when he's fit and he comes on, you can see the difference, see the quality. Just can't get him for longer than 2 games. The guy ain't even completed 90 minutes. The guy's not even completed 190 minutes, guys. He's not completed 190 minute, right? And I'm going to get to the whole point of this at the end of going through each one. And we're nearly there. Omari Kellyman, what was the point? Plays in the reserves. Is this just a market opportunity? Someone that we think we're going to sell for like 30, 40 million? I'm not hearing a lot of noise around him. Is anyone hearing a lot of noise around Omari Kellyman? Like, what was the point? Did we do that as a favour? Another 19 million, by the way. But we won't spend 20 million or 15 million on Mike Maignan or Xhaka. But we'll spend 20 million on Omari Kellyman. David Washington. Like, please tell me. Someone tell me where the fuck he is. Who the fuck and where the fuck this boy is? 17 million pounds. We've lost money on pretty much every single player here, barring Andre Santos. You look at that list. Santos is the only one, and Esteval. We've lost money. We've lost money on all these young talents. Probably not even worth 10 mil. And when you add it up, let's add it up. Let's add it up. This is how much money we keep, and we again, obviously, we just signed another boy as well, Alfie. Yeah, let's add it up. Let's add how much we spent. 17 plus 15.6 plus 18 plus 51 plus 23 plus 12 plus 58 plus 19 plus 17. We have spent 230.6 million pounds on all of them. All right, let's take away the players that we can say are decent. Santos, 18 million. Yeah. Esteval, 51 million. We're expecting to be decent. I can't even take Romeo Lavia out of there. So minus Esteval and Santos, of course, we have spent 161 million on signings, yeah, that have actually gone down in the market, that nobody's heard about or knows what's going on or what the fuck's like. We've wasted 160 million pounds. Kellyman had a really good season, Jim. He shouldn't be on that list. It will. Is he? I mean, I don't even know with that boy. So you're saying that 19 million pound that we spent should be taken off for Kellyman? My point is, should we have signed him in the first place, Titinho? We can't spend 15 to 20 million on people over a certain age, but we can sign young players at 19, 20 million, 17 million. David Washington. That Tro Fofana. Like, the list goes on. But, all right, let's take Kellyman away from it, right? Because apparently we're going to make money on him and he's doing quite well. All right, we'll take him out. 142.6 million pounds on players that are either injured, like Lavia, like Anselmino, who are meant to be quality, that are injured and not around, and then all the other ones are just shit. They're shit. Kendry Payas, what the fuck happened to him? Leslie Kuchukwu, no one cares. Gabriel Slanania, dead. David Washington, what was the point of wasting 17 million on that guy? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. And you can't even say it's for a market value. You can't even say it's for market value. You know, you can't even say it's like good, you know, that they've done well with the amounts that they've spent. Because a lot of that 142 million is depreciated already, I'm pretty sure. So you've just wasted 140 million pounds of money on signing just fucking players that no one cares about. Just unnecessary. And that is the whole point at the end here. It's just unnecessary. Why do we keep doing it? Yeah, the Lavia one's just like, it's just unnecessary. And there's probably a longer list. You know what? We'll have to do a live. We're going to have to do a live. There's over 100 of you here. How many are on Twitter? I ain't even looked. There is 40 people on Twitter. Over 100 of you on here. Big up. Run the likes up for me, please. I'd appreciate it if you could do that. You know, like, the list goes on. But do you know what? We'll save it to the end of this transfer window. Let's see what we do, how we get on, and everything else. And then I want to actually have a look at every single young player that these motherfuckers have signed to this point and how much we've actually spent. I know it's going to be up into the fucking... It's disgusting. But we need to look at it. Right. Let's go back to topic. Getting away from that. I just had to, like... Do you see my reaction? I don't even know how to, like, talk. I have no, like... I have nothing to say, generally. Like, I am lost. I am lost is the word. My head just doesn't understand it. I still don't understand it. Yes, people will go, market opportunity. We're going to make money on them. But what if it goes the other way? And at least 142 million of that's gone the other way because either they're too injured, yeah, and we're not seeing the talent, or they've just disappeared and gone to the corners of the earth and playing for teams that no one cares about. You're not even going to get scouts looking at you over there. You're not going to get yourself into these European teams. Like, fucking, okay. Anyway, we'll get into it probably. Xhaka, what happened yesterday? Let's get into it. What happened with Xhaka yesterday is that Keith Downey says that Granit Xhaka has turned down a move to Chelsea to remain at Sunderland, supposedly. The Swiss and Sunderland captain has reaffirmed a desire to remain with Sunderland and lead them into Europe. Sunderland always said he was unavailable for transfer despite Chelsea's move and his relationship with Xabi Alonso. The 33-year-old relationship with the Sunderland fans played a big part in the decision. What? Did it? First, we're being told, and this is what I'm telling you about media manipulation. It still goes on. First, we're being told he wants to leave. He don't give a fuck about Sunderland. He just wants to play for Xabi Alonso. The next minute, all he cares about is the Sunderland fans, and he's decided to stay because he loves the Sunderland fans. You see what I mean? Like, I have to keep literally, I have to keep pointing it out because I need people to start seeing this. The flip-flopping all the time. This is why I'm saying, do not pay attention to everything you read. Don't get emotional on social media to everything you read. Honestly, it's just fucking stupid. And yeah, it is Sunderland briefs. He will accept any Chelsea offer financially. Remember, it's all Sunderland briefs. Exactly. He hasn't, but it probably needs an Ornstein dagger, right? And we go away from Keith Downey, and it still continued yesterday because and this is what I'm saying, Kieran Gill backed it, right? Kieran Gill said, Xhaka, Sunderland are confident that the 33-year-old captain is staying as insider. They say he has reaffirmed his commitments to SAFC and tools. Chelsea seemingly caught by surprise with that development. Just two days ago, Chelsea's intention was to submit a second bid. And after their first 8 million was turned down, no confirmation that Chelsea admitted defeat, but Sunderland insists their stance is the same. So, he's kind of in between with it all. He thinks Chelsea haven't done anything yet. Sunderland briefs are saying he ain't going anywhere. Fabrizio Romano, as we just watched earlier on the video, has just said Sunderland are saying he ain't for sale, but Chelsea are still there. Chelsea may still go in and put something. Like, we don't know what we're going to do, right? That's where we're at with it currently right now. Do you know what I mean? Yes, no, what you're saying, bro. Ornstein said, we still in for Xhaka. Santiago will be in the mud. Yeah, it's funny. But Simon Phillips is sure a second bid is coming. And I'm so glad you said that because you know what? I'm literally going to bring that up. Mr. Simon Phillips himself has come out with this comment. And big up Con. Con's a part of Kings of the Bridge. He's on here quite a lot with us as well, frequently. There was a comment yesterday here talking about the whole Xhaka thing. And he says, they didn't go above 10 million, pal. Nowhere near 30 million. Keep with excuses, though. I don't know who he's responding to there. Who was he talking to? Con. Simon, there was news of a second bid from people on here. So was it only just the 8 million bid? Simon says, second bid, no more than 12 million rejected. What? What? Listen. Big up to Simon Phillips. He follows me. We've not spoken and whatever. But do you see what I mean? Like, and I'm not just targeting, it's not just about Simon Phillips. I'm just talking in general. They're confusing themselves. They're fucking confused. Literally, Connor's just said, you've just said, we've not gone above 10 million and we're going nowhere near 30. Con's then said, but his second bid, other journos are saying there's a second bid that's gone out. Is it only just the 8 million? And then he says, second bid no more than 12 million. Rejected, obviously. What? What? Like, so confused. This is what I'm talking about. And I ain't got nothing against media. I am not going out after them. This isn't about me attacking the media because I have them on here. As you know, we have Ben Jacobs on here and stuff like that. They need to be careful with how they word things. And they've got to also be careful with the fact that they're playing with fans' emotions. Do you know what I mean? If you're not sure on something, it's a very simple thing. Just don't say anything. Just don't say anything. Just say what you know. Like, and it's not, I'm not talking about Simon Phillips here. I'm just talking in general. Like, just say on what you know. Because when something like that happens, it looks really stupid. You've said don't bid over 10 mil. Con said, well, that we did a second bid. Is it only the 8 mil? Yeah, there was a 12 mil bid. It was rejected. Anyway, like very, very confusing, tweets when we're waiting for information. Us as fans are waiting for information from the likes of Simon Phillips, Kieran Gill, Nizar Kinsella, Fabrizio Romano, Ormstein, whoever the hell you like or dislike. Indy, yeah, big up Indy Bomber. You know what I mean? Just like stop spinning us around in circles. Stop spinning us around in circles, Fabrizio Romano, as we just saw, says here, Chelsea to give up on Granit Xhaka. Sunderland insists the story is over, whereas Chelsea are still keeping doors open. Let's see what happens. There you go. And that's probably, without the weird faces, is right. Probably right, yeah? I believe Orny and Vince. Vince? Did you just say you believe Vince? 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 Fucking Vince? Nah, I'm sorry, Nonny. I can never take your take serious, bro. If you are literally sitting here saying you listen to Vince, up until Chelsea briefs, the deal is over. Anything is BS. Exactly. Thoughts on Blues Feed? Listen, I've heard, and this is not something I know, but I have heard with Blues Feed, he's quite legit. He's supposedly quite legit. I don't know the guy. I've never met him, but he's someone I've been told that you do listen to when it comes to news because he has good connections. That's all I know. I don't know who he knows. I don't know who his connections are. I've just been told he's not bad. I don't know. We'll find out. All right. We will find out. Big up to Blues Feed as well. Fab over Cypher, of course, but big up to Simon Phillips as well because he does his thing. He's on the Substack and fair play to him. I've said it before. I reckon we'd give Sunderland either Barco, Santos, or a Sugu. Why would we do that? Why would we do that? What, on a loan? Jem, nothing happens till Switzerland goes out. This is the same thing, isn't it? Nothing happens till Switzerland goes out for Xhaka. Nothing happens till France go out for Lacroix. Do you know what, guys? I'm hoping. This is why there's no crash outs coming on. I'm hoping that what you guys believe is the case behind the closed doors is true. It's true. I hope they're doing their job. I really do. I really hope they're doing their job behind the scenes. We ain't giving them Santos. No, I don't think we'll give them Santos. Guys, run this over for me over 100 likes, please, man. Everyone that's here right now, nearly 130 of you here. Big up every single one of you as well. We got some news on Xhaka today from Nizar Kinsella as well. I am a little bit hot, aren't I? Someone said I was hot earlier. And I've got the aircon on. It's 46 degrees here today, and the humidity is like 40 degrees. It's disgusting. I can't wait to come back next week. Next week? I might be back the week after. I don't know. I'm either back next week or the week after. Not planned it. Nizar Kinsella says Chelsea have not given up hope on landing Xhaka, with sources at the club maintaining that he is keen on a move to Chelsea. It remains to be seen, however, whether the Blue will submit a further bid for the player. Well, again, and I'll give you the straight answer to what that means. No one knows. That's sometimes you've got to read it and then realize what people were saying and just look at it and just go, you don't know. He just, they have to do their job. They have to bring out articles. They have to keep doing what they're doing. But when you read the context of what they're writing, they don't have a clue. No one has a clue what Chelsea are going to do next. That's the truth. Jim, you're a tomato. No, I'm not. I'm actually quite brown, to be fair. Look. Brown, man. Brown guy. I mean, the camera's probably not doing me any favors, but yeah, I'm brown. This is why I said no one pays attention to your takes. That Nizar Saudi Taylor gimmick, Clear Lake. Yeah. Right, let's go on to Lacroix. Palace report come out today on Lacroix, because this is another thing we want to talk about quickly. Lacroix. Crystal Palace are in transfer dilemma for a move for a centre-half, Charlie Cresswell. Palace want to sort out a deal to sell Lacroix with Chelsea first, but they are yet to finalise a figure. So where are we with Lacroix? For me, as we know, and I'm sure for you guys, this is the most important deal in that we've been linked to. For me, anyway. This is just my thoughts. This is definitely the most important deal. When you look at it on paper, the requirement, the defence, the partnership as well with Cole Will, strengthening that back line, making sure we're better defensively next season. This has to be the one we go for. So why is it not happening? Why has it gone quiet since the news around Fabrizio giving us, and you was all here, we were talking about it all night. Lacroix. First target for Chelsea. Lacroix, first target. Obviously come from Fabrizio. Now gone very quiet for the last couple of weeks. The answer is one or two things or three things. I'm going to give you three possible answers it's going to be, and it can't be any other of them. And we'll find out shortly. One, a deal is sorted, but they're waiting for him to finish the World Cup. That might be the case. Two, we haven't agreed the fee. And we've just played with the idea of maybe paying or maybe doing a player swap or something like that. And the mechanics around it are just not agreed. And we're actually quite further away from it than we think. And again, would it shock me? PTSD the last 3 years? No, it wouldn't do. And I hope it's not that case. Yeah, I really do. And the third one is that they're just saying, before we let him go, let us find our replacement. It's only them three things. One, Chelsea are not going to do it. Chelsea have entertained the idea of Lacroix and they're not actually bothered following it through because of the money, which is stupid because 50 to 55 million is how much he is. Just pay the fucking money. Stop fucking around. Two, the World Cup, because don't want to pull him away from focusing on that. And three, Palace finding a replacement. And four, possibly what Johnny said here, getting rid of Chalobah. Because again, we've got to sell to buy. So if we sell Chalobah for supposedly £30 million, which could happen, or just below that, and we sell Tyreek George for... How much are we selling Tyreek George for? Anyone know? What was the money? What was the fee for Tyreek George? Have we had one yet? Just intrigued to know. Do we have a fee for Tyreek George? Does anyone know? 20 million, is it? There you go. You've got yourself nearly £40 million on two players. Yeah, 20 mil. That you can now put to a defender. And then you're probably going to get rid of Disasi. How much we're going to sell Disasi for is yet to be seen. At least 20, 25 mil, right? So he goes. So the money that you're going to make on selling three players, including Tyreek George, is going to allow you to purchase Lacroix. So maybe it is a case that we need to do our job as well. Are they doing their job? I don't know. You see Madrid signing one of our centre-backs. Hell fucking no. Who are they going to sign from us? Madrid? Nah. I think we paid 70 million for Varna. We did, unfortunately. We did. There was another comment from, and I don't know if this is true because I don't know this account, but apparently Let Equip said about Palace and Chelsea are in dialogue for a total agreement of a package near 55 million euros, which is 47.4 million. That don't sound right to me. While under no immense financial pressure to sell, Palace are actively preparing for his departure. The Eagles have open formal talks to sign Charlie Cresswell as Lacroix's replacement, Evening Standard. And they said at El Equip. Probably not. Did you show Pies around your mansion? No, I didn't. He's gone back today. He's actually flew back, so he's on his way back over there. So big up Pies. I did get to see him. We watched the England game together. The England-Congo game, which was quite good, to be fair. But yeah, man. So we are where we are with both of these deals. And what's going on with Pep? We having a disagreement in negotiations on price? Sounds like it. So you got the disagreement negotiations and price for Pep, disagreement and negotiations of price for Xhaka, potential disagreement and negotiations of price for Lacroix, but maybe on the back of Palace wanting to bring someone in and the World Cup factor. Right? That's what we're saying. No, I'm sleeping and then getting up because for me, it starts at 4 a.m. It starts at 4 a.m. So, yeah. So, I want to talk about this comment here because I find this slightly disrespectful. And funny enough, it's Nonny's boy, Vince. Nonny boy, Vince, brought this out. Emmanuel Petit came out of a quote today or yesterday or whenever it was saying, if I am Lacroix, I am not going to Chelsea. Too many players. What is the plan? The one reason he might join is if it's his decision from the manager. If it is the decision from the manager, Xabi Alonso, then why not? If the manager puts trust in you and you are the first target, you should be in the team from the start rather than fighting for it. My head hurts. What kind of comment is that? Generally. What kind of comment is that? That's the first thing I thought. Generally, that's the first thing I thought, Rogue. Who is he competing with? Who the fuck is he competing with? Tosin? Chalobah? Disasi? Josh? Who the fuck is he competing with, mate? He's just waffling. Number two, it's just stupid. If the manager wants you, then you go because you'll be a starter. Of course the fucking manager wants him. That's why they're bringing him in for Xabi Alonso. If they get him, of course. They're bringing him in for Xabi Alonso. Like, what kind of fucking comment is this? And then at the beginning of it, he says, if I'm Lacroix, I'm not going to Chelsea. Too many players. What? How does that make any sense, Emmanuel Petit? You just waffle him. Just a waffler, mate. Top waffler. Fofana. Everyone has to relax. Everyone is relaxed, Hammond. But you can't stop people from feeling PTSD. And that's where we're going to go next. You can't stop people from feeling PTSD around what we've seen in the past. Especially after yesterday, when we get news that Xabi Alonso's not happening, supposedly. And then we bring out a here we go for a kid again from Hearts that's not going to start for 400,000k a week. The guy's making $500,000 at 19 years old, just under $500,000. Definitely doing the wrong job, man. Yeah. Anyway, why have I brought a picture up of Xabi Alonso? This question and this topic, before obviously we sign out, is to go back to you guys. Xabi Alonso's already agreed, Benji. This is going back to you guys. Are we confident that this board are going to back? Yeah, 1 second. Before I do that, let me just check that Alfie thing, because I keep saying 400k a week, don't I? I saw something about he's getting paid 400k a week. Before we go on to that, because I want to make sure. I'm sure I saw that. Chelsea have agreed a deal worth £400,000 to sign the Hearts centre-back, Alfie Osborne. I don't know how much he's earning a week. I thought that was what he was getting paid a week. So the deal is worth just under $500,000. So he spent another £400,000 on a young player. Yeah, value. Yeah. So, yeah. We bought him for under 400,000. He ain't getting 400k a week. I was going to say, fucking hell. Jesus Christ, I read it wrong. Anyway, going back to Xabi Alonso. Do we feel that this board are going to give him the tools that he is required to go into next season? Are we already seeing the signs? And I know it's early doors and we're not crashing out. It's not a crashing out stream. This is just where we feel at the moment. Do we feel that we are going to find ourselves in the same problems that we've had with previous managers in the next couple months after the window? What sort of feeling are you guys getting at this moment in time? Is he getting what he wants out of this? Is he actually being backed? We don't know. I know some people would say we don't know, maybe, at this moment in time. But based on what we saw yesterday, I'm guaranteed there's a lot of people already saying Xabi Alonso isn't been backed. Well, let me ask you this. Isn't Palestra a Xabi Alonso signing? Yeah, 400k a week. That's funny. So I'm tired, mate. I was out till 4 a.m, so obviously bear with me. And I'm still here doing a live after being out till 4 a.m, so appreciate me being here. Can you imagine? Yeah. You can tell I'm tired. I'm tired today, guys. If I do see Lacroix, Xhaka, send it back. So this is for me the turning point. This is my question to you guys. Second part of the question. If we make them type of signings, Lacroix, Xhaka, Pep, Palestra, obviously we might be looking at an attacker. We don't know yet. Does that for you show that the manager's got what he wants? Or are we still on the case of it's not looking good, bruv? We're not getting Xhaka, supposedly. We've just signed another young player. They haven't changed their minds. Are we starting to see the same patterns again? Are we starting to see the same patterns in previous windows? And this is what I think we've got to pay attention to. Patterns. Because we know what patterns. We've been here, done that before. We've got the t-shirt. We've got the Blue Co Young Boy t-shirt. It's about the patterns for me. Are we starting to go down the route of the same patterns? Because yesterday was a little bit meek, right? No, we're not getting Xhaka. Yes, we just signed Alfie. So why was we wasting our time talking about Xhaka for the last week or two? Do you get what I mean? And I agree. Listen, we get the quad done. I'll be very happy. We have to. If they, however, do not get him done, then we've got a lot of talking to do. But I just hope that this guy gets what he wants. And obviously Pep Chevalier, the left wing back, he is definitely a player that Xabi Alonso has maybe with Dave Fallows from a data analytical standpoint gone, this guy is good enough to come in and he can play my system. That is going to be a Xabi Alonso signing for me. 28-year-old. You know that goes against Blue Co's idea. You know Blue Co would not make that type of signing. So someone like Pep Chevalier tells me that that's a Xabi Alonso player if they get him signed, right? Xhaka, Xabi Alonso player. 100%. If you get Xhaka, that is definitely a Xabi Alonso player. And then you go on to Lacroix, who I think is just a Chelsea. It's not just a Xabi Alonso player. I think it's just a Chelsea requirement. It's a demand. It's something we've needed for time. Do you know what I mean? We've needed this for ages. So, and Enzo, well, he might still be here after all this, especially after what his wife said today. Kids are happy at the school. Little ones is at school there. They're happy. You know, at least she knows how to talk. I think he needs to let his missus do the talking. You know, Dave Fallows should do Lacroix and Xhaka. Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? But yeah, I think it's still early doors to ask this question. I think I wanted to talk more about it, but then when I think about it, we can't really have an in-depth conversation about it properly yet because we're at and I think this week going forward, I think let's talk about it from now moving forward. When you look at what needs to be done, Xabi Alonso coming in on Thursday, pre-season starts, he's going to be announced. Palestra is already joining. What would Xabi Alonso want? He would want business done early, right? So this is my idea of it. You have to get the deals done before the first week of August, Chelsea. if I was Chelsea, if I was Xabi Alonso, I'd be saying, guys, by the first week of August, we do all of our work. After that, you leave them with me. I ain't going to be training with them for 2-3 weeks. We've got a couple pre-season games. And in our first game, I think it's on the 23rd or the 24th of August, the third week of August. He needs a good 2.5 weeks with all of the new players, all the players that have arrived back from the World Cup, all the players that ain't at the World Cup and are with him. He needs them all together. I need to start seeing business done in this July period. If we get to the third week of July, near the end of July, and we still haven't got a centre-back, we're looking at left wing back, there's talks around us maybe looking at a forward, and there's nothing going on, then panic stations might start kicking in. Not just for us, by the way. I'm talking about for him as well. Because I'm sure he's sitting there going, the fuck? Like, what have we been doing all this time? And let's not lie, we do like to waste a lot of time. We tease the idea of liking players and wanting them and being linked to them, main target, spending a month or 2 on them, and then walking away. And by then, the window's ended, and then we rush around because we realise we ain't got enough time, and then we go and sign Facundo. Because we can't find anyone in the attack after wasting time on Xavi, Simmons and Kudus for like 3 months. And then we go and get Facundo from Brighton, who then leaves in January. If you don't laugh, you'll cry, wouldn't you? So they have to, for me, get it sorted this month. The fucking World Cup finishes on the 18th. And then players will go on a break for 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, and then they'll be back for pre-season. You like Araujo? Yeah, not a bad player. Still think his final third needs working on. But he's a wing back. He's a full back. He gives you the energy. Yeah, and that's fine. But then they've got no excuse after mid-July not to be getting deals done. They have no excuse. They have to go and get these deals done in this July. I don't care if it's after the World Cup. We'll wait. We'll wait and be patient. But they need to start making things happen. Look at Tottenham, the way they're moving right now. Robertson, Tonali, Matthias Fernandes, Verbruggen, Van Hecke. They're still fucking going. Not that we worry about Tottenham, but look at the way they're moving. They're not wasting time. So we need to get on with it. We need to get on with it. Xhaka is no go when Xabi loses 3 in a row. Luka will sack him. So where does they leave Xhaka? What people are forgetting is 300k per week wages and extra 50. Xhaka is not on 300k a week wages, is he? I don't think he's on 300k a week wages, bro. Are you Nah, no way. No fucking way. I don't hear that. I don't think he is. We can't end the window without a left winger. No, we've not even got to that. We've not even got to that because we're fathering around centre backs, left wing backs, trying to sell players. This is another problem because if we don't sell players, we can't buy. So we've got to find people to buy our players. And then we overprice them like Malo Gusto and we ask for 75 million. Well, is that going to happen? Are we even going to get any of that? We've been banging on about Enzo Fernandez for 2 months. 120 million. Real Madrid, 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 Enzo, Real Madrid, Enzo, Real Madrid. And then we get a fucking statement saying they're not buying him. So sell Tyreek George, sell Chalobah, maybe sell Gusto for 60 mil if you can get the money. Done. Get rid of Disasi for like 20 mil. Start clearing out and building up this money quickly. Oh, God. Yeah. It's a bit painful, isn't it? All this is a bit painful, mate. Yeah. Listen, it's huge month. I'm not going to cut corners here. This is a huge month in and around Chelsea Football Club. We can wait till mid-July, let the World Cup finish. We need to see signings. We've got centre-back area to sort out. We've got maybe potential left wing back coming in. We've got a left forward, which we've not even started talking about. They're talking about getting another central midfielder, which means we're going to probably open the door for a loan or maybe a sale somewhere. Does Enzo Fernandez leave or stay? Does Sanos end up getting sold? Does Asugu go on loan? Lavia's still around, but you can't do fuck all with him or sell him because he can't get off the NHS bench. We've got Fofana sitting there on 200k a week. Loving life. We've got Badia Shield, who pretends to be injured at the end of every season just so that he don't get sold. The list goes on. Jorgensen, we sold him yet? Wasn't he meant to leave? Has anyone bought Jorgensen yet? Still got Jorgensen and Sanchez as our goalkeepers. And they don't even start with the attackers. Jackson, Delap, Emega, João Pedro, Satpaev. What the fuck are we doing? And I know he wants to see a lot of these in pre-season, which is why Thursday is going to be interesting. This July is going to be really interesting to see who he says stay and go. Because that's what I think is going to happen. You stay, you go. This is who I want. This is who I don't want. Loan them, sell them, whatever. It's going to be really interesting to see what he now does moving forward. You know, along with all of the shit that we've got to sort out with sales, with bringing in players. You know, it's just so much to be done. So much. Yeah, man. It's going to be interesting. Fabrizio Romano is paid off Xhaka's manager. Fofana isn't going anywhere unless it's Saudi. Exactly. We're fucked. You can't even sell him to France because they won't pay that money. Can't even sell him there because they won't pay that money. Handed in a transfer request in January and still at the club. What the hell is going on? Is that Jorgensen? To wait Jorgensen here? Why is Jorgensen still here? The fuck is Jorgensen still here? Good evening, all why seriously investing on young players? Yeah, we need experience. I know, Desmond. It's pain, mate. All sales will happen 30th of August and for cheap. That makes 0 sense and doesn't work in our favour whatsoever because the season starts at the 3rd week of August and then you've got to integrate these players into this Xabi Alonso system, which means by October, November, December, they'll only be ready then. Like, see what I mean? Like, you can't not have some sort of organisation about what you want and what you want to do. Like, do you know what I mean? Who the fuck do you want? Who does Xabi Alonso want? What have you got to do to get there? Sell them. Use Dave Fallows' data analytics to work out who the fuck they're going to get. Go and get it done. Sell these fucking players and get on with it. That's what I want to see for the next month. I want to see news after news. I want to be back here. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 1 out the door. 2 out the door. 3 out the door. 4 out the door. 5 out the door. Gone, 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 gone. And then I want to see, here we go. This one's coming. That one's coming. I don't think we're going to make loads of signings, by the way, this summer window. I've said this already. I think it's about improving the core. You improve the core, you add the quality, and you allow us to be competitive next season. All right? That's what we've got to be doing. Minimum Champions League next season. No excuses. They have no more excuses. The pressure is on now. After what they did in that 3rd window, there is no more excuses for them to not go out and improve this squad and make up for this shit season that we had. And that's what they owe us. They owe us big time. Make up for it. Because we're all starting to really, really see and dislike what's going on around this club. Do you know what I mean? Like, start showing us some intent, some quality. Get us back to where we should be. Stop, you know what I mean? Like, also, Barco, I don't know why he joined us. Well, I don't know where he's going to fit. Maybe Xabi Alonso ends up playing him left wing back. Comes a left wing back. Can you imagine? Yeah. Ben Jacob tweet. What? Did he just say that? I hope he didn't. Because there is no way in hell we're signing Alex Scott. Oh, he has. He has brought out a tweet. It says, Bournemouth have been clear about it, Scott, and they don't wish to sell. I understand a new contract was offered in March, April, and talks set to continue. Bournemouth content Scott signs a new contract, likely with the release clause. Man United expected to explore a move. Scott also on Arsenal's radar. Berta already made an approach and was told Bournemouth don't want to sell. Scott also appreciated by Man City and Chelsea. Well, that just means nothing. That means nothing. Clubs set to test Bournemouth's resolve. Clubs, well, yeah, I don't see that happening. We're not signing Alex Scott. Like, generally, we are not signing Alex Scott. No way in hell. No, we're not. I agree. But anyway, listen, I don't want to keep holding news up on a Saturday. I just wanted to touch base with you for an hour, go through what we missed last night, catch up on all of that, which we've done as well. If we get news later, proper news, we'll be back properly. I'm around today. And I'll keep an eye tomorrow as well. And then we go into next week where I think things maybe, hopefully, might heat up from a selling standpoint, even if it's not incoming, something. Why just sell? Nothing's stopping us from selling, is it? Even if we're not bringing in players because of the World Cup or whatever the excuses are, why are we not selling players? Sell. You know what I mean? Start building it up. We got a lot of shit to get rid of. Really rate Alex Scott, but he ain't joining us. Exactly, Toby. I agree. Anyway, guys, make sure you smash the likes. Leave a comment below. Get this over 100 likes for me before you leave, guys. So if you haven't hit the fun, before you leave, hit the fun button as well. And listen, go and enjoy your Saturdays. Take yourself away from Chelsea as well. And as soon as we get some proper news, we will be back here properly. Notifications on. Hit the bell on the channel. And make sure you're back here with us for any news that comes out properly. Guys, I'll see you very soon. Catch you in a minute.